Welcome to a new episode of the FPL.
Secret.
Hello there, my name is Zekret, and today we are going back to the top level teams, discussing the dilemma that comes when you want a top player on your team, regardless of the fixtures. But then when you think it over, you find out that you can get a less quality players, and they're gonna save you some money and could get you even a good points as well, because of the good fixture that they have. And then you go to sleep, wake up in the morning, first thing, Salah in, whoever you got out. So it will always be the question, should we pack the fixtures or the quality? Let's take a close look and try to find a logical way of thinking to take decisions that we don't regret. For Liverpool, over the past years, their attackers were good for FPL. Since Suarez and Torres and whoever came after, Liverpool is a team who likes to attack and score many goals. After that, with Klopp and the rise of Robo and Trent as modern fullbacks, Liverpool was essential and won the league once, fought for it another couple of years, also won the Champions League and reached the finals many times. But right now, at this moment, could we say that Liverpool is a team that can grab titles? If you watched Liverpool last year, you will see that the quality has not become the same. For instance, look at Van Dijk, who's becoming a regular defender after all the years on the top level. Now he's not doing the same job. And whoever playing beside him as a center back is not helping. Not to mention the errors from Arnold on the right side. And Robo is a fighter, but mating with all the other three defenders, his level went down as well. The first question is, did Liverpool did anything to upgrade the defenders? The answer is no. Most of people think it's a midfield problem more than it is a defensive problem, which is quite true. But actually the defenders are a problem too. Fabinho is not the same guy he used to be, physically and mentally. He's not a saver anymore. And that's the core of the problem. But now he is on the verge of leaving to Saudi Arabia. So did Henderson and Keita before them. And also Milner and Chamberlain left. So that's a five midfielders loss. But tell you the truth, none of them is actually good at the moment. Jones, Elliott, McAllister, Thiago, and Sozobozoli. Okay, enough. I'm talking about the new midfielder that cost them 70 million. All of them is going to do the job at the number 8 spot. But who can handle the defensive part? McAllister played in that position with Brighton sometimes, but it was temporary. And actually you need his vision and creativity in the third half. There are talks with Lavia from Southampton. If it's a done deal, that would be a good thing. Right now in the friendlies, Arnold is playing in that role, the number 6. But truth says, it doesn't fit him at all. Klopp is trying to put his own touch. Hear me out. It's not an inverted back anymore. No, Trent is actually playing in the number 6 role, and the young right back Bradley is playing in the back instead of Arnold. So now you have a young right back added to your defensive problems. Is that really the solution? I feel that one of the things that need an upgrade is the manager himself. We see upgrades everywhere in the Premier League. Literally every team is trying year after year to be better. But Klopp still believes in his old tactics that he used in the past years. I know Arnold in midfield was a refreshment in the second half of last season, but still Liverpool is suffering defensively. I know that a Liverpool attacker is a default thing when playing Fantasy Premier League. And yeah, if you can get an attacker that you can trust his minutes, it will be a win-win situation because he will get you points. And the obvious pick is Salah at 12.5 million, which is a lot of money. And Salah doesn't have the goal threat he used to have in the past years. I feel right now that he's more of a playmaker. He is serving the young attackers with a lot of assists, but still he is on penalties. And the fact is that he's the only attacker that is nailed is something to consider. But despite we know he is a fixture proof and he will probably score on those difficult fixtures, it will be a hard call at 12.5 million. And you will think of other options to build your team in a decent way after spending all the money on Haaland, which is going to be your captain for most of the season. I really like Jota as an 8 million midfielder who is playing as an attacker, but the playing time is a problem. Nunes can also provide a lot at 7.5 million if he's nailed, but he's not. Regarding Trent Alexander-Arnold, the world is really divided on that matter. Some sees him as an obvious pick, playing in midfield with attacking returns guaranteed, and some doesn't. Probably because of the 8 million, which is a really high price for a defender. What I think is you will get attacking returns from Trent, but no clean sheets guaranteed. So is it worth spending 8 million on a defender? I'm not really into it. Not for the starting fixtures at least. Moving on to the team that got his old chime back, Newcastle is taking a smooth steps forward with no big signings, no big manager, and he's doing the job really quite well. But now that they are playing in the top level in the Champions League, and the big Premier League teams are starting to gain their strengths back, is the quality in Newcastle will be enough this season as it was last season? I doubt that. Two big signings, Tonali from Italy and Barnes from Leicester City. Honestly, I expected more signings from Newcastle, especially after they reached their target being in the Champions League, and also because they are the richest team in England. With this squad playing in four competitions, mostly on the top level, I believe Newcastle will suffer. Trippier is 33, Char is 32, and Demburn is 31. And those three are the defenders with most experience in the back line. And the other defender is Botman, and he is 23. I mean, those guys won't be able to play 50 or 60 games during the season, not to mention the injuries, and the bench is not helping at all. There are a lot to consider for Eddie Howe on his defense. I don't favor paying 6.5 million on Trippier because I don't like the starting fixtures, and price-wise as well, I think he is too expensive. Maybe starting from game week 6 we can consider Newcastle defenders when the fixtures get better, and Botman at 4.5 million is very tempting. But on the contrary, I don't mind at all having a Newcastle attacker, even with the hard fixtures, because I think they will score in most of them. The options in midfield and attackers are better, but still with no premium quality yet. But the problem remains who is going to be nailed. You have Isaac and Wilson on the number 9, and you have Isaac, Barnes, Joe Linton, Jordan, and young Elliott all can play on the left side, supposing Saint Maximin is leaving, of course. And on the right side, Almiron, Murphy, and Jordan as well. So I think it's going to be a hard call. Eventually, I think Barnes at 6.5 million is a great option, and I do think he's gonna be nailed and take a lot of minutes. But let's wait and see. And I think the upcoming days in the transfer market will give us a clue as well. So tell me in the comments who are you going to choose, and tell me if this video helped you out in taking a decision on someone. And until next time then, see ya.